G'day guys, welcome back. I just stopped my timer while I ran around the back of the kitchen island bench and pressed record. So I put my timer back on. I've only got a minute or so to go. So I am going to do another 3D flower for you. Now I've only used that new resin once, the Platinum Art Coat, that one there. And I was really happy with it, so I'm going to use it again. It's a 1-to-1. You can see the bottles are there at equal sizes. The 2-to-1 part A is much bigger than part B, but equal. So it's a thick resin. You can feel the resistance when you're stirring. You just got to make sure you stir relatively slowly because a thicker resin does tend to hold more bubbles, but there's not a lot of bubbles in there, and I do think that I'll be able to get them out afterwards. When they come up to the surface, I can either torch them or they'll just pop on their own. So I'm going to do these two flowers here, and I thought 2 shades of blue would be nice. Oh gosh, you're very loud. There we go. So I'll pop you aside. Okay, so if you saw my last video using this resin, I just poured it and I did my petals. I didn't wait, I didn't take its temperature or anything like that. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Now, because A is heavier than B, doesn't matter what resin you're using, A is generally better, heavier than B. So in here I've got 75 grams of A and 67 grams of B. So it's like you times it by 1.1. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that too much now, but that's what you do. I'll get a little chart organized, okay, because I have shown you a chart of my 2-to-1 in weights, and I'll show you a chart of my 1-to-1. I just have to calculate it all and I'll write it up, and I will tell you. Oh gosh, I've just cleaned this and there's bits in there again. Now I'm going to pour in here into my 2 poinsettia flowers. I will put more in, but I just want to put some resin in here. I'm going to put 30 grams in here. I'm just going to weigh it off camera because it's a really grubby, dirty scale. It's covered in paint, it's covered in resin. All right, so I'll put 30 grams in there, which is 1 ounce. 28, 29, 30. All right, so that's going to be for my white. Oh, I haven't even got my white out yet. Gee, I'm a bit unorganized today. Put a little bit more in here. Push these out to the edges if it doesn't already do it. So it's a really pretty mold, this one. As you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Not too busy, easy to work with. I find it is anyway. And I think that will be enough. I wasn't quite sure how much to mix up. I'm not used to doing 1-to-1s. I'm used to 2-to-1s. I'm just going to look across the top and see if I've got any more room. I do need to leave some space for my white, so I don't want to put too much in. This one needs a little bit more just to be equal with that one. All right, so that'll be it. You don't need to use it all, right? Let's just move that out of the way. Give this a real quick little torch. I will come back and torch it again in a minute. Oh, I missed some. I missed you. Oh, and there's hair. My gosh. So I'm using the Let's Resin inks. I do have a few different brands of inks, but I do find that the Let's Resin concentrated is, as it says, more concentrated. My cheaper inks, if I want like a more pastel look, I use those, but if I want more of a darker color, I use these, because they are going with white, so they are going to be diluted anyway. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to do, I've realized if I put my hand like that, if it spits onto my hand rather. Actually, you know what, I'm going to mix up my white just while I wait for those bubbles to come to the surface. I'll just mix up my white. I didn't even get it out. I've been using this one lately. I've been getting really good results with it, so I'm going to keep using it. It's the Just Resin Titanium White. Look, I don't know whether all whites are the same. You know, you go to the supermarket and you buy your milk and this brand and that brand, and they're all the same. They're all milk, aren't they? I don't know if there's any different in pigment pastes. All right, let's give it a bit of a stir. And then wipe it off. Wipe the stick off. What's left on is what's going in. I'm not going to put any alcohol ink in it because, I mean, I used to, when I first started doing these, I used to put alcohol ink in, and I saw someone else do it, and so I did it. But I've come to realize that adding the white alcohol ink, all it's doing is making your white more dense, like more opaque. And I don't really want that. So if I want it more opaque, I'll just add more white paste. I haven't really seen the benefits of adding alcohol ink to my white, like white alcohol ink. I may need more white, we'll see. So I'm not going to be in a hurry to do these. They can just sit there and wait. This resin has got a 45-minute working time, so I don't have to hurry. It's nice and thick. I don't have to worry about taking its temperature, or waiting for it to thicken up. I'm just going to clean that stick off. So yeah, I think it's good. Let's have a look at that. Might just put a touch more paste in, because I'm not going to use my stick, my silicone stick to draw petals this time. I'm going to try the little bag. I've been doing a lot with this one, but I thought I'll just try the bag and just see how we go, because last time I used this particular resin, I used the silicone stick brush, and I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over, so we'll do it this way. Sorry, I should have mixed my white off camera, but look, you know, if you're doing a tutorial, you might as well show people how to do things from go to woe, hey? Yes, I reckon. Okay, that should be pretty good. All right, now I can see bubbles have come up. Let's give them a bit of a pop there. And of course there's small bits. I don't know where these things come from, seriously. Maybe they're stuck to the bottom of the torch or something, I don't know. Little bits. Okay, so there's our white ready. This is my little bag. It was longer. I chopped about an inch off the top because I don't need it to be that big. It's hanging over enough as it is. If you don't chop it off, then you've got even more hanging over. Alrighty, let's get started. So I'm going to do the sapphire blue in the middle. And a little bit around. In the middle. And around. There we go. Oops, I did two in the middle of that one, didn't I? Okay, so that's that one. And then I'm going to do the azure. It's a little bit lighter. Hopefully it'll be a little bit different. Like so. Okay, I wasn't counting. I don't know if I've done the same amount. Now I do want to have some white on the outside, so I'm not going to go right up to the edges. I'm also going to do some of this yellow green. I want to do like petals where the points, not petals, leaves where the points are. I've tried it before on a different mold, a different video, and I haven't really been that successful with it, but I'll try again and see how I go. Alrighty, pour that into there. Like so. Now let's just give this a bit of a swirl. and a swirl. That's the dark blue. And then I'll just run this through the lighter blue. They don't look a lot different, do they? Oops, I got a little train. Get back in there. That's the whites area. All right, so what do I want to do? What do I want to do? See, I might. Do I want any more? Oh gosh. Let me get another. Oh, here's a turquoise. Cerulean. It is. I'm just going to put one drop of this in. Oh, see, I didn't do it, you see. I was going to hold my finger there so that when it spits onto my hand. It didn't really work. One little drop of this just where my little circle is. That's the cerulean. So it's like a turquoisey color, really. Okay, and then let's just no, probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, I don't know, I'm just playing, I'm experimenting here. All right, so that's that. Now the lemon green, that might be a bit light now. Oh, never mind. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it gets air in the nozzle and then the air kind of spurts out. I'm not really liking that color very much, I don't think. Anyway, we'll just leave it at that. Oh gosh, I forgot I had this like sitting there. It's starting to leak out. I wasn't even planning on doing a video today. I was just chilling. Sunday today. I made some molds. It's relaxing watching a silly movie with the dogs. And then I thought, oh, I want to try my new resin again. I'm just going to go up my ladder and make sure that I'm still taping because you guys are so quiet. I can't hear you. Okay, yep, you're still there. Sometimes I don't know if you're there or not. We should be a little bit louder. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to twist that. I'm going to make a little hole, like not as big as I would normally do. We're going to cut about, that nearly jumped off, about 3 millimeters. Yeah, because you can always squeeze it a little bit harder if you want more to come out. If you make your hole too big, it tends to like drop in and then you get like blobbies and things, so not good. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start with big petals in there. Oh, ruined it already. My tip went into the resin and dragged the blue up. It's not what I wanted. All right, here we go. On the top, Julie, not in the resin. See, when I use my little silicone stick, I go into the resin. But I didn't want to do that with this one. I just want to go over the top, and there's a hair or something in there. Around we go. Just following the pattern of the mold, like so. Right, now I think what I'll do before all these start spreading, I think what I'll do is I want to do the little squigglies like this. And then I'll pull that green through. And hopefully that'll make a little, like a little leaf effect. Okay, we'll put that down there for a minute. Where's my silicone stick? There. All right, so I'm just going to pull down through the center of that and that and that and that and that, and hopefully we'll get a pretty like leaf fern. I'm thinking it'll kind of look a bit like a fern, maybe like a fern leaf. There we go. So that's the green done. Okay, moving on. Now, more petals inside these bigger petals. And I stuck my bag into the resin again. Oh gosh. I'll do each one, that way I know I've got enough white to go around. Okay, I've got enough to do another one. I'll try not to stick the bag in the resin this time. Okay, and another one. So 3 petals in each. That's it. Okay, now I should have enough for maybe just a little one more, like so. Did I do you? I can't remember if I did you. All right, and I'm going to do a little swirl in the middle just to give it some white there for when I do swirl, that there's something there. Like so. Okay. I'm just going to squirt some alcohol on my hands because my hands are sticky now. All right, so that's that. I've got a tiny bit of white left over. I'm just going to wipe my sticks real quick, then I can throw all that out. Wipe my stick. There we go. Done. Oh, okay. Now, oh, I forgot that I was going to swirl still. Need another bit of paper towel. Okay, here we go. It looks as if it's blooming, you guys. It looks as if it is. Woohoo! All right, now here we go. We're going to swirl. I never know whether to start from the inside out or go from the outside in. Let's go from the outside in. I'm going to go from about there and then up. Same with that one. Round and up. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm doing. Just pop some alcohol on my little paper towel and then I can clean my tip as well. I like to clean up as I go along and then I can get my gloves off. Alrighty. You know the drill, clean up as you go. It's much easier to do it now than it is later on when everything's set up and hard. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to take my gloves off and I'm going to bring you down for a close-up now that I've got everything cleaned up. I don't have to wear my gloves anymore. Okay, now I'm going to do one little torch because I can see bubbles come up. Just like so. Alrighty, come on down, come on, let's go, let's have a little look. Let's see. There's a little zoom in for you. I'll take it off the tripod now. All right, here we go. Hopefully these colours will be pretty. I like that I've got that little bit of turquoise around the outside. It's kind of a halfway between the blue and the green. I'm just sorry about this. Although, it looks as if it's on the top. It might not, you might not see it on the other side because remember this is the back. So, unless that blue sinks, we should be okay because at the moment it's just sitting on top. Hey, hopefully it'll be all right. Oh my gosh. All right, let's have a look what these little fern things are doing. Hopefully they'll look all right. I'm not quite sure about the colour. Probably should have gone with a green. I didn't want to put too much colour in either with the green. We'll just have to see what happens. I anchored the green to the corner there on most of them. I tried to. Just so that it doesn't pull away. Might have to just pull that green through. No, I'll just leave it. Picky, picky, picky. Fiddling, fiddling. All right, so there you go. Look, it's starting to bloom. And wasn't that easy? I didn't have to worry about waiting times. I didn't take its temperature. I just poured it. I did what I had to do with my colors, mixed my white, dropped my inks. Didn't have to rush. I was just chilled, calm, relaxing. And I can't believe it's blooming. Oh my gosh. I've been doing these for like, what, nearly 2 years now, these blooms. And I tell you, sometimes they are so stressful and it's a real struggle. And then you try a different resin and you got to start all over again with trying to make it thicker and warm it up and blah, 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 blah. And this is just been amazing. I love it. Right. So there we go. I will see you in the morning and we will unmold these two and hopefully they work really nicely. Hopefully they look pretty on the other side. So see ya soon. Righto, so it has been a few hours. I'm not quite sure exactly how many hours it's been. I'm just going to put my little timer back on there. I'm stirring resin. Got you in for a close-up. So I thought I would do a bit of a background. Now it's touch dry, but if I had to like stick a toothpick in it, it would leave a dent still. So it's still really quite soft. And this resin does take like 24 hours to cure up. So because I don't want to wait too much longer, I'm going to put a top coat on, but I'm using a resin that sets up faster. So this is the Platinum 360 Plus. And I'm going to pour that over the top. And that way, both types of resin will be ready together, rather than putting another top coat on of a resin that takes longer to cure. So I'm going to do that. Just waiting for my little timer here to go off. I just stir for 4 minutes, but I thought I'll come and talk to you while I'm stirring. Oh, there it goes. It's loud, isn't it? All right. So what I thought I would do with the background, I wanted something dark-ish. I didn't want to go blue. I didn't want to introduce like red or anything else, so I'm going to go black, but I want it to be still quite transparent, so a little bit of black, not too much. So I'm going to use the Let's Resin in the black. You could use a little bit of pigment paste as well, but I just want, I don't want to use very much at all, so just add it slowly. That was 1 drop. Look at that. All right, now to test what it's going to look like, because it's deep in the cup there, the Platinum 360 Plus is a 2-to-1 resin, so 2 parts of A, 1 part B. So what I did was I did 50 grams of A and 22 grams of B. So we'll just get a little bit of it and put it on a paper towel. See, it looks much darker in there than it is there. So because I'm only going to be doing about 2 millimeters deep, that's all I've got. These are nearly full to the top. Like I said, I've only got about 2 millimeters, so it's not going to be very deep. So that's just how I test it. You're going to make sure that your alcohol inks are mixed really well, because they tend to leave streaks if you don't mix them in really, really well. So just take your time. All right, that's 2 drops. Probably shouldn't have zoomed you in quite so far, hey? That's 2 drops. Okay, there we go. That's 2 drops. We'll do 1 more. Actually, let's do 2 more. Stir that up. Because yeah, it's very deceiving when you look at it in the cup and you think, oh gosh, that's quite dark. But because my petals are kind of transparent and the color's going to be a little bit on the transparent side, I thought it would be pretty as well to have a transparent background, but still something that's going to make the white petals pop. Now, when I did my little piping bag, I made quite a small hole, smaller than I would normally make it, because I just wasn't sure like how heavy or how much pigment or how much white I could put on without it sinking. So I've got some gaps in between where it hasn't closed in all the way because I've made my piping hole smaller, so to speak. So next time I will make the hole bigger because I know, well, hopefully there's no blobbies, but we'll find out tomorrow. I'll do one more. Okay, so that'll take it up to 5 drops. That'll do. 5 drops. So yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I was just waiting to see what this new resin, the art coat, could hold. So I just made a very thin line, but because I made a thin line, it didn't spread as much as it does if you pipe a thick line. So next time I will do a thicker line and see how that goes. All right, let's do this. Put the lid back on my ink. Messy, messy, messy. Let me clean that. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna pour this on. And hopefully it's dark enough. Just going to do one at a time and push that resin to the edges there. If you haven't left your previous coat, like your first coat, if it's still too soft, when you put your next layer on, you'll find that where the resin's left the ring of black, for instance, that ring will show through. So you have to make sure if you're doing this that you wait until the first layer is hard enough that it's not going to leave an imprint of this. I reckon I could have gone an extra drop, you know. It's not very dark at all. It's more of a grey, that's for sure. Push that out. I'll put another drop in and put a little bit more on top. It's deceptive, it really is. Okay, I'm just going to put another couple of drops in, 2 more drops. There we go. Oh, sorry about this. It's taken a while, isn't it? It's just hard to know unless you do it. I think that's going to be all right. Just put a little bit more on that one. Make sure it's not streaky. Last thing you want is streaks in your bloom, in your flower coaster. Okay, just pour that on and it can spread out and mix with the first layer there, and I will pour this one on. Just a little bit, we'll go out to the edges first. Just make sure that you don't pour too much on and then it all overflows, so just go slowly. I don't have much room here at all. But I can take it up and dome it, so that's not going to be a problem. Hope these turn out nicely. So I don't normally spend the extra time and the money and the effort on doing a second layer unless I know it's going to work and it's going to be really beautiful. But sometimes, when I do just a round coaster, I'll show you the other side with a piece of black card or something like that behind it so that you can see properly. But because this is not round, it's difficult, and I've only got my little piece of round card that I cut. I don't actually have a piece of black paper, so I guess I could get one. So anyway, that's the reason why I'm doing this back coat, top coat, backfill, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you've gone over to the edges. All right, pour a little bit more on now. And I'm just going to keep going until I'm up to the top. And that resin will just make its way to the edges. So that is still, it's going to be, you know, a little bit dark, as you can see. Oh, I missed a corner. But it's still going to be transparent. How did I miss that corner? Get in there. Were you all yelling at me? You've missed a bit. Have I missed any others? Oh gosh, I've got a little bit left. Let's see if I can use it all up without it going over the top. And then you can stand back from the distance and have a look over the top, and you'll be able to see, you know, if it's full, if you can add a little bit more or not. Get out of there, I'm chasing this little bit of fluff around. Okay. Now that one does look darker because this one had more of the pale in to begin with. I should spread it out, shouldn't I? I didn't spread it, that's why. It's not mixing. There we go. I'll try and mix it. I don't think I actually mixed it with the, I should mix them. Because I just poured the other one on top, so the lighter one sort of went to the edges and then the darker one was in the middle, so I just need to give it a quick mix. You can see the difference there. So anyway, that's all I'm going to do tonight. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to unmold in the morning. So I'm just going to give this another little bit of a stir and another torch, and then I will be done. So I'll let you go. I'll come back and finish this. So yeah, I'll see you when it's time to unmold them, and hopefully they'll be really pretty. See you soon. Righto, so it's the next day. And these have, well, they've set up on top. I'm hoping that the layer underneath is set. So yeah, I'm not sure if you have like a bendy layer underneath and a hard layer on top. I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, let's get them out. If it's still a little bit sort of bendy, soft, it'll be all right. There we go. Get him out. Let's put it there for a minute. And this one, oh, I haven't got any overflow. Oh, that's good, isn't it? I thought I might have, but I haven't. Oh, tiny little bit. Just moved over a little bit, so hopefully away from the ring light. Okay, let's get that mold out of the way. It's done its job. Oh, let's have a look at these. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Which one will we do first? I'll move one out of the way just so that we can concentrate. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, we've still got some transparency there, which is what I was after. So we just got that lovely smoky grey kind of a look. Oops, I've got a little tiny bit of overflow. Stop picking. All right, are we ready? Wish I had some better light. Are we ready? Let's do the countdown. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a little bit blobby. Oh, it's really pretty though. Look at my little fern leaves there. See, out here is not blobby. I obviously put too much white into the middle there. I did put a lot in, didn't I? And then I put extra in and swirled it. But there you go. Oh, that's really nice. What do you think? Do you like those colours? I guess I could leave the art coat a little while to thicken up a little bit more, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just the fact that I might have put a little bit too much piping on. All right, there's that one. Oh, right, let's look at the next one. I guess it's going to be very similar, isn't it? You just stay there for 1 minute, you. Okay, here we go. And it's also really pretty. So nice. I love that smoky black background. Oh look, I have got some overflow. I didn't even notice. Why didn't I notice that? Ah, get off. I'll just have to... get off my coaster. I'll cut that off. Oh no, look, it's coming. There we go. I can't believe I didn't even notice that. Oh gosh, what a duffer. All right, so there it is. They look really pretty, don't they? Put them down there so that we can see them with the background. So yeah, a little bit blobby. Definitely will use this resin again because I really like how thick it is. I just have a little bit of tweaking to do. Definitely worked better when I just used my silicone stick because I don't think I'm putting as much white down. See, when I put quite a lot down, it is heavier, so I guess I could make thinner little lines when I'm piping because then it's not so heavy. All right, let me just get you down, have a quick little look. When they're down on the ground there, or on the board, it's easier than me trying to hold them. I can't really see much difference between the two blue colours, but I can see the blue and then the turquoise, so a little bit of turquoise poking up there. And then I got the white petals on the edges, which is what I wanted. And then a little bit of green for the leaf. So there you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you're in Australia, if you want the art coat, you can grab some from Platinum and have a go at this. Really easy to do. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my video, and I will no doubt see you for the next one. Okay, take care. Bye for now.